Alrighty guys, welcome back. Today we're currently back here on Offroad Outlaws once again, as you guys can see here. So I got another truck build for you guys today, and here it is. So it is a first gen Dodge. Alrighty guys, and if we move on down into upgrades here, starting off the build, it is going to have a 12 valve Cummins in it, and it is going to have a 12 valve 5.9 Cummins in it with a maxed out stage 4 turbo, as well as maxed out engine power, and in just a moment everything else to go along with it, as well as a 5-speed manual in it. So yeah, so far it's going to be a pretty cool build. Now that we're out of upgrades, let's go ahead and hop straight into customization and see what we want to do this thing. Now I know already I don't want to do anything too crazy with this build, but I'm not feeling, or maybe with this build I am feeling black wheels. I don't know if I'm going to run blacks or chromes, but once I go through my body customization, I can go ahead and figure that out. And why not just keep the stock front bumper? It's not hurting anything. And, let's go ahead and make this first gen a dually. Alright, should look pretty nice. And, we're keeping the bumpers on this build. We're going for a little bit more of a farm truck. And it should look good overall. Do we want a light bar? I really wish the Offroad Outlaws would add an option for cab lights, like that the F450 has that you cannot take off or change here on Offroad Outlaws. I wish they'd add in cab lights, but maybe in the next update, because cab lights would definitely look good on a build like this when I'm not too sure what light bar to apply to it. But once we have the HIDs in the front, that's completely fine. And I already know what exhaust I'm feeling, and it's just going to be the classic right side dump exit with like an 8-inch tip, so looks pretty good there. Gun rack in the back for sure, and a toolbox. Now whenever we get to tow mirrors, obviously we're not putting these ones on. However, it always does stump me. I wish the Offroad Outlaws would put in Dodge tow mirrors that you can flip out and stuff, and maybe even add in a certain motion in the game where you could flip out your tow mirrors if you did have the Dodge tow mirrors selected. I feel like that would look pretty cool, in my opinion. So now that we have this done, let's move on into tires. I know already that we're going to buy dually tires. And you know what? I don't really put wording on my tires, but I'm going to today. And I think I'm just going to keep, the stock tires. But they're not going to be the stock size in the end. But for the rims, I'm going to go a little bit different with this build. Alright, I rarely run black rims, but today I am. So that's how we're going with this. And we're going to run some Moto metals here. Oh yeah, it looks real nice right there. Big fan of it. Looks good. Looks good so far. Looks good so far already. However, moving on into paint, we do need window tint. And yeah, that looks pretty good right there. Let's go ahead and apply the mods. Move on into change suspension. Now, I already said I'm not going too crazy with it. However, Solid Axle Pro Heavy Duty front and rear isn't too crazy. So we're going to go ahead and run that. And let's go ahead and max out stage 5 front and rear. And we're not going to make it too tall, not too low, obviously, but not too tall. I'd say right about there looks pretty good. I know it's max travel, but I can easily go way taller with stiffness. But I do want this thing to ride somewhat good, so, it is still a little bit squatted. Let's go ahead and go 6.2. That's a little more like it, but, well, let's just go to 6.3 and call it a day. That looks pretty good right there. Now, stage 5 front wheels, stage 5 rear wheels, and let's go ahead and put them at 1.2. Right there, and right there. And for wheel width, 14 wides, aka 1.4. And for the rim size, we'll keep them right at 1. Now we're going back into tuning suspension. Axis width is going to be 0.07. And just like that, 0.07 front and rear. And so far, it's looking pretty good. Not going to lie, pretty big fan of this truck. So, with that, let's go into customize one more time. And let's Should I just make them all black? Because let's see how it'd look red. Yeah, too much red, you know. Too much red. However, I do want some red on it, so we're going to go, yeah, just like that. That looks pretty good right there. That does look pretty good. I do have to say so myself. And now I'm feeling it. Now it looks really good. But yeah, we're not complete with the build until we go ahead and take it for a test spin. But first things first, shock size. Gonna put that right at 2.0. And for shocks, let's make them red. There we go. Now we got red shocks with the blue on top. That's alright though. Alright, now it's looking a little bit better. Now let's move on and go into Rock Park. And, oh, my headphones are pretty loud. And let's go ahead and try out our truck here. Alright, sitting up pretty high, looks pretty good. Let's go and rev it up. Sounds pretty good as well. Let's go and take off. This thing's got some speed to it. I mean, it is built 5.9 12-valve Cummins. These things do have some power behind them. But for a dually, she scoots. She gets up and goes. Right through the camera we go. And yeah, it's a really fun truck overall. Definitely a big fan of it. And it does handle pretty well too. Yeah, so I'm pretty impressed by this truck. Make sure to let me know down below in the comments what you guys do think of it, what truck I should build next, what I should have changed with it, what else I should do to it. And yeah, just overall what you guys do think of it. You know, and that was rear wheel drive right there, and it just, oh wait, I need to try something here. Now, first gear, can we crawl back up? Nope, not quite, but I know we can now. That was rear wheel drive, first gear. That's pretty impressive. Alright, but I think that's going to wrap it up for our first gen build today. That's going to wrap it up for today's videos. Do some rev bombs, finish off strong, pollute the water a bit. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you guys did enjoy. Subscribe if you're new and haven't already. And with that, thanks for watching. And I'll catch you guys very, very soon in the next one.
Perfect.